I do love a good sequel. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. Attack of the Cybermen features a redemption arc for Commander Lytton from Resurrection of the Daleks, where it's unclear his allegiances at the beginning of the story. By the end, it's very obvious he has been working from the beginning to defeat and destroy the Cybermen. And in that sense, it's a rare turn to give a previous villain a complete redemption. And so I guess that kind of makes it a sequel to Resurrection of the Daleks, but more interestingly, this is a direct sequel to the Tomb of the Cybermen, as I mentioned yesterday. And that's particularly interesting because at this point when it aired in 1985, Tomb of the Cybermen was still largely missing. It was one of the most infamous stories from the Second Doctor era, but it was also one of the stories that was included in the big purge of the BBC archives during the early to mid-70s. And so by the mid-80s, this one was still lost and wouldn't be recovered for a while yet. But the story itself looms large in Doctor Who history, and it's a great turn to have this one look back to it. Ultimately, the entire threat of this story is that the Cybermen from Telos, including the Cyber leader that was defeated in Tomb of the Cybermen, have been working not just to get revenge on Earth, but actually to prevent Earth from destroying the planet Mondas to begin with, which was the centerpiece of the 10th Planet, the original Cybermen story. And so this story circles back in a very timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly way. It's set a year before the 10th Planet was, and the intention of the Cybermen is to detour Halley's Comet to disrupt the Earth and cause enough chaos and mayhem so that the Earth simply will not be in a position to destroy Mondas the following year, and the Cybermen invasion will succeed. It's a really clever plot idea, and honestly, the Sixth Doctor comes off far better in this story than he did in the previous one. Although Peri as a companion continues to be pretty useless, actually. She's there as a moderator on the Doctor's behavior, but beyond that, she doesn't accomplish much in the plot. At least the writers had the presence of mind to put her into some warm coveralls before dropping her into the sub-zero caverns of Telos, because that would have been completely unfilmable otherwise. In any case, that wraps it up for Attack of the Cybermen. Tomorrow is Vengeance on Varos, about which I remember absolutely nothing. I could not tell you a thing about the plot until I go look it up. So, I guess an interesting new day on the Time Treadmill tomorrow. I'll see you then.